You have not stumbled upon this message by accident. There are no coincidences in the realm of the spirit, only appointments, and right now, you are keeping a divine appointment that was set before you even woke up this morning. If you are hearing this voice, it is because your spirit has been signaling for help, even if your conscious mind hasn't fully articulated the words. There is a specific urgency attached to this moment. We are not dealing with generalities today. We are dealing with a precise, targeted warning that heaven has been trying to deliver to you for the past several days. It concerns someone you love, someone whose blood runs in your veins, someone whose spirit is currently entangled in a battle she does not understand and cannot fight alone. This is about your sister. And before you let your logical mind dismiss this, before you think this is just a random video on the internet, I want you to pause and check your own spirit. Be honest with yourself. Have you not felt it? That strange, heavy tension that arises whenever her name is mentioned, the sudden exhaustion that hits you after you get off the phone with her. That feeling that something is wrong, something you cannot quite put your finger on, but that keeps you awake at 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling. That is not anxiety. That is not stress. That is spiritual discernment. That is the alarm system of your soul ringing because the angels assigned to your family line are trying to get your attention. Attention. You need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment. You are the watchman on the wall for your family. You always have been. Even when you were children, you were the one who noticed things others missed. You were the one who felt the emotional undercurrents in the house. You have always been the sensitive one, the one with the intuition that scares people sometimes because it is so accurate. And right now, that intuition is screaming. God is pulling back the veil today. He is revealing what has been hidden in the dark, not to scare you, and certainly not to condemn your sister, but to arm you. Because a war is being waged for the peace of your family, and you are the only one awake enough to end it. The enemy has been operating in secret, using shadows and silence to weave a web around your sister. But today, the light is coming. Today, the secret is revealed. What I am about to share with you will explain everything. The mood swings, the distance, the strange decisions she has been making, and the palpable heaviness in your own home. But be warned, once you know the truth, you become responsible for it. You cannot unknow what is about to be revealed. You are being called to stand in the gap. Before I reveal the specific nature of the agreement she has unknowingly entered into and the trigger event that is about to happen in your life, I need you to understand the symptoms. You need to validate what you have been feeling so you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that this message is for you. This is not a horoscope. This is a diagnosis. Over the last few weeks, you have noticed a shift in her energy. It is subtle, but to you, it feels like a scream. Maybe her smile doesn't quite reach her eyes anymore. Maybe she is becoming defensive over trivial things, snapping at you for questions that used to be harmless. Or perhaps it is the opposite. She has become withdrawn, hiding behind a mask of "I'm fine," while her energy feels like a crying child. But it is not just affecting her, it is affecting you. This is the key sign of spiritual entanglement. When two people are connected by blood and spirit, the chaos in one vessel leaks into the other. You have been feeling sudden waves of fatigue that coffee cannot fix. You have been feeling a low-level irritation, a sense of impending doom that has no logical source. You check your bank account, and it's fine. Your health is fine. Your job is stable. Yet your spirit is unsettled. Why? Because you are carrying the psychic weight of her spiritual crisis. Science calls this mirror neurons and emotional contagion, the biological capacity to feel what another feels. But spiritually, it is much deeper. It is a resonance. Your spirit is vibrating at the frequency of truth, and her spirit is currently trapped in a frequency of deception. The friction between those two realities is what is causing your exhaustion. You're trying to hold the light while standing next to a black hole that is draining the energy from the room. And here is the hard truth that the angels want you to know. Your sister is not the enemy. I need you to write that down in your heart. Your sister is not the enemy. She is the victim of a spiritual theft. She has walked into an agreement, a covenant with a negative force, and she likely did not even realize she was signing the papers. This often happens when people are vulnerable, after a breakup, a job loss, or a period of deep insecurity. They open doors to comfort that are actually traps. It could be a toxic relationship she's hiding from you. It could be a dependency on a substance or a habit to numb her pain. It could even be bitterness or unforgiveness that she has nursed for so long it has become a living entity, a stronghold in her mind. Whatever it is, the angels are showing me that this agreement gives the enemy legal right to torment her, and because you are her spiritual covering, that torment is splashing onto you. But why now? Why is this warning coming to you today? Because the situation is about to escalate. The enemy knows you are waking up. The enemy knows you are close to a breakthrough in your own life, perhaps a financial blessing, a new career path, or a deepening of your own spiritual gifts, and he is using this situation with your sister as a distraction. It is a classic diversion tactic. If he can get you focused on the drama, the chaos, and the pain of your sister's situation, he can keep you from stepping into your own destiny. He wants you to react with anger. He wants you to judge her. He wants to cause a rift so deep that you cut her off. Because if you cut her off, she loses her only link to the light. You are the lifeline. You are the anchor. If you sever the tie in anger, she drifts into the darkness completely. This brings us to the most critical part of this warning, and I need you to listen very closely. There is a trigger event coming. It is imminent. In the realm of the spirit, it has already happened. It is just waiting to manifest in the physical timeline. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, or within the next 72 hours. It will seem like a coincidence. It will seem small. It might be a misplaced file that causes a panic. It might be a text message that you misinterpret. It might be a sudden, unexpected bill or a piece of news that seems to confirm your worst fears about her. When this happens, your immediate biological reaction will be anger. You will feel a surge of heat. You will want to lash out, to scream, to say, "I told you so." You will want to fix it with force. You will want to confront her and demand she change. Hear me now. You must not react. This is the trap. This is the test. The angels are handing you a weapon right now, and that weapon is called holy composure. When the trigger happens, you must freeze. Do not speak. Do not type that reply. Do not make that phone call in the heat of the moment. Step back. Breathe. Remember this video. Remember that you were warned. This event is not the reality. It is a smoke bomb designed to make you lose your position of peace. If you react in anger, you align yourself with the chaos. If you respond with holy composure, you align yourself with God's authority. Silence is your sword. Stillness is your shield. By refusing to engage in the drama, You break the energy cycle that is feeding the darkness around her. You starve the demon that is trying to eat your family's peace. I know this is heavy. I know you are tired of being the strong one. I know you sometimes wish someone would come and save you so you didn't have to save everyone else. That is a valid pain. But let me tell you something about who you are. You were not chosen for this because you are being punished. You were chosen because you are capable. Your soul has a tensile strength that is rare. You have endured storms that would have broken others, and you are still standing. That is why God entrusted you with this mission. You are the light bearer for your lineage. Every family has one. The one person who breaks the generational curses. The one person who refuses to pass the trauma down to the next generation. That is you. The buck stops with you. The pain stops with you. The deception stops with you. Before I reveal the second part of the vision, the specific way this restoration will take place, I want to invite you to solidify your connection to this truth. If you feel the resonance of these words in your chest, if your spirit is nodding along saying, yes, this is my life, then you need to anchor yourself here. Join this community of light bearers, like this video, to signal to the universe that you are accepting this assignment. Subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next instruction. We are building a legion of awake souls, people who are taking back their families from the grip of darkness. You do not have to do this alone anymore. We are walking this path together. Leave a comment below declaring, I am the light bearer of my family. Speak it into existence. Your words have power. When you type that, you are sealing a decree in the spiritual realm. Now let's go deeper. We need to talk about the solution. How do you break an agreement that you didn't sign? How do you help your sister without enabling her or destroying yourself? This requires a surgical spiritual strike. It requires a shift from talking to her about God to talking to God about her. You have likely tried to give her advice. You have tried to fix her problems with logic, with money, with time, and it hasn't worked, has it? In fact, it often backfires. She gets defensive, you get frustrated, and the cycle continues. That is because this is not a logical problem. It is a spiritual condition. You cannot fight a spirit with logic. You cannot cast out darkness with a lecture. You must change your strategy. The angels are instructing you to use the power of the secret place. Instead of confronting her face to face, you are going to confront the spirit behind her in prayer. But not just any prayer, not the begging, pleading, desperate prayers you have been praying. Those prayers are filled with fear, and fear does not move mountains. Faith does. You need to pray from a position of victory. You need to visualize her not as she is, but as she was meant to be. See her free. See her smiling that genuine smile again. See her walking in her purpose. Hold that image in your mind. That is the prophecy you are birthing. When you pray, say, I break every agreement of darkness over my sister's life. I declare that her mind is clear, her heart is healed, and her spirit is free. I plead the blood of protection over her. I forbid the enemy from touching her mind. This is aggressive peace. This is warrior love. And you must do this while maintaining boundaries. This is the part many people get wrong. They think being spiritual means being a doormat. Absolutely not. Jesus was love incarnate, but he had boundaries. He walked away from crowds. He spoke truth to power. You can love your sister deeply and still refuse to participate in her chaos. When she calls you with the drama, you can say, I love you, but I cannot have this conversation right now. So you can say, I am here for you, but I will not support this behavior. That is not cruelty, that is clarity. By setting a boundary, you are actually helping her. You are showing her that her chaos has no place in your peace. You are forcing her to face her own reality instead of dumping it on you. There is a hidden danger I must warn you about, something that often happens when a light bearer begins to take their stand. It is called the backlash. When you start praying with authority, when you start setting boundaries, the darkness will not like it. It may try to intensify the attacks for a short period. Your sister might lash out more. The atmosphere in your home might feel thicker for a few days. Do not panic. This is a good sign. It means you are hitting the target. It means the enemy is losing his grip and is thrashing about. Stand firm, hold the line. This is the storm before the calm. The angels are right there with you, holding back the tide. You are safe. You are protected. Let's talk about the misplaced file or the sudden message again. I want to prepare you for the specifics so you are not blindsided. This object or message represents lost order. The enemy wants you to feel like you are losing control. You pride yourself on being organized, on having things together. When this thing goes missing or this message arrives, it will attack your sense of competence. It will make you feel scattered. That is the entry point. The moment you feel, I can't handle this, you open the door to stress. The moment you say, why is this happening to me? You step into victimhood. Instead, when the moment comes, I want you to say, this is a distraction. I remain in peace. Laugh at it. Literally, laugh. Laughter is a weapon of spiritual warfare. It mocks the enemy. It shows that you are not afraid. And here is the beautiful secret that was shown to me. Your sister senses your strength. Even if she resents it sometimes, she relies on it. She is looking at you, watching how you handle life. You are her living sermon. You don't need to preach to her. You just need to live your peace so loudly that she becomes hungry for it. She will eventually come to you and ask, how do you do it? How do you stay so calm? That is your open door. That is when the harvest comes. That is when you can share the source of your strength, but you must wait for the invitation. Unsolicited advice is rarely received. It is perceived as judgment. Wait for the ask. It is coming. I also want to address the guilt. Many of you carry a heavy load of guilt regarding your siblings. You feel you should have done more. You feel responsible for their choices. Maybe there was a time in the past when you weren't there for her, and you are trying to make up for it now. The angels want to release you from that burden today. Guilt is a heavy backpack that makes the journey impossible. You cannot save her if you are drowning in your own regret. Forgive yourself. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. You are not God. You cannot save her soul. Only God can do that. Your job is to love her, pray for her, and model the light. Release the outcome. Release the need to control her path. Her journey is her own. She has her own lessons to learn, her own valleys to walk through. You can walk beside her, but you cannot walk it for her. The shift is happening. Can you feel it? As you listen to this, layers of anxiety are peeling off. The frantic need to fix everything is being replaced by a deep grounding trust. You are realizing that you are not the general of this army. You are a soldier. God is the general. He has a plan for your sister that is far better than your plan. He knows how to reach her. He knows exactly what needs to happen to wake her up. Sometimes people need to hit rock bottom before they look up. If you keep cushioning her fall, you might be delaying her resurrection. Trust the process. Trust that even in the mess, God is working. There is a specific angelic presence associated with this message. It is the energy of Archangel Michael, the warrior, the protector. He is standing guard over your home right now. You might see flashes of blue light or find feathers in unexpected places. You might see the number 1111 or 444 repeatedly. These are not random. These are codes. 444 is a sign of protection and stability. It is heaven saying, we have your back. When you see these signs, take a moment to say thank you. Gratitude amplifies the connection. Let's look at the days ahead. What should you do practically? First, cleanse your home. Your home is your sanctuary. If there is clutter, clear it. Clutter in the physical creates clutter in the spiritual. Open the windows. Let fresh air and light in. Play worship music or high-frequency instrumental music to set the atmosphere. If you have objects in your house that carry negative memories or are connected to past traumas, get rid of them. You are reclaiming your territory. When your sister enters your home, she should feel the difference. She should feel like she is walking into a sanctuary of peace. That contrast is powerful. It will highlight the chaos in her own life without you saying a word. Second, protect your mornings. Do not check your phone the moment you wake up. Do not let the world's chaos enter your mind before God's peace does. Spend the first 20 minutes of your day in silence, in prayer, or reading something uplifting. Put on the full armor of God before you step out of bed. Visualize a shield of light around you. This is not just imagination, it is spiritual engineering. You are setting the frequency for your day. If you start the day in a reactive state, you are vulnerable. If you start in a proactive state of peace, you are invincible. Third, watch your words. The Bible says life and death are in the power of the tongue. Stop speaking about your sister's problems to everyone who will listen. Stop rehearsing the drama with your friends. Every time you complain about her, you are energizing the problem. Start speaking the solution. If someone asks how she is, say, "She is going through a tough time, but I believe she will come through it stronger." Speak life. Speak hope. Be the person who sees the gold in the dirt. Now I want to return to that feeling of heaviness you've been experiencing. It is important to know that this is also a sign of your own expansion. You are outgrowing your old shell. The dynamics of your family are shifting because you are shifting. You are no longer willing to play the role you used to play. You are no longer willing to be the dumping ground for everyone's toxic emotions. This growth is uncomfortable. It feels like loneliness sometimes. It feels like you are losing people. But you are not losing them. You are redefining the relationship. You are teaching people how to treat you. You are teaching them that you are a vessel of light, not a trash can for darkness. This transition period is painful, but it is necessary. You are being upgraded. The secret that was shown is also about the potential of your family line. There is a reason the enemy attacks your sister and you so hard. It is because your bloodline carries a mighty promise. There is greatness in your DNA. There are ancestors who prayed for you, who stood where you are standing. You are the culmination of generations of hope. The enemy wants to stop this legacy. He wants to keep your family trapped in cycles of addiction, divorce, poverty, and depression. But he has failed because you are awake. You are the breaker. One person is enough. One person standing in the light can illuminate 1,000 miles of darkness. You are that person. As we approach the end of this transmission, I want to give you a specific challenge for the next 7 days. It is the 7-day fast from worry. For the next 7 days, every time a worried thought about your sister enters your mind, I want you to immediately replace it with a blessing. If you think, "I'm afraid she's going to lose her job," immediately say, "I bless her with abundance and divine direction." Flip the script, retrain your brain. This is cognitive behavioral therapy meets spiritual warfare. You're rewiring your neural pathways to default to faith instead of fear. It will be hard at first. You will catch yourself worrying 100 times a day. That's okay. Just keep flipping it. By day 7, you will feel a lightness you haven't felt in years, and strangely enough, you will likely see a shift in her too. Because when you pull back your energy of worry, she has to support herself. She has to find her own feet. Remember the cliffhanger I mentioned? The revelation that could change everything. Here it is. Your sister's breakthrough is tied to your peace. Not your action, not your money, not your advice. Your peace. When you finally truly let go and trust God with her, the stronghold will break. It is the law of spiritual surrender. As long as you are gripping it tight, God cannot move. When you open your hands and say, "Lord, she is yours," He steps in. The delay has been caused by your own interference, your own well-meaning attempt to be her savior. Step down from the cross. Someone else has already died for her. You just need to be her brother, her sister, her friend. You need to be the lighthouse that stands firm on the rock, shining regardless of the storm. The message is clear. The warning has been delivered. The danger is real, but the victory is guaranteed if you follow the instructions. Do not react to the trigger. Maintain holy composure. Pray from victory. Set boundaries with love, and release the outcome to God. You are loved beyond measure. You are watched over. You are guided. The angels are encamped around you. Fear nothing. The darkness is only a shadow, and shadows flee when the light appears. You are that light. Before you go, if this message was the confirmation you needed, if you felt the Holy Spirit moving as you listened, do not leave without connecting. This is your tribe. We are gathering the light bearers. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you are alerted the moment the next prophetic update is released. Share this video with someone else who might be struggling with a family member. You might be the angel they have been praying for. Leave your declaration in the comments. Let the world know you are standing firm. Go in peace, walk in power. The battle is the Lord's, and the victory is already won. I want to expand on the concept of the trigger because this is where most people fail the test. The enemy studies you. He knows your buttons. If you are someone who hates being ignored, the trigger will be silence. Your sister will ghost you right when you need an answer. If you are someone who hates disrespect, the trigger will be a snide comment or a dismissive tone. If you are someone who values financial responsibility, the trigger will be her asking for money for something frivolous while she owes you rent. You must identify your own triggers. Know yourself. Ask yourself, what makes me lose my temper? Once you identify it, you can disarm it. You can say, I see what this is. This is designed to provoke me. Awareness is 90% of the battle. When you see the trap, you don't step in it. Think of your sister as a drowning person. If you jump in the water and let her grab you, she will pull you down and you will both drown. That is what has been happening. The exhaustion you feel is the water filling your lungs. You have been thrashing, trying to keep both of you afloat. The angels are saying, get back in the boat. Throw her a lifeline, which is prayer and love, but do not jump in the chaos. You are no good to her if you are drowning too. Stay on solid ground. From the solid ground you have leverage. From the solid ground you can pull. This is also a time for you to rediscover your own joy. You have let this situation steal your happiness for too long. You have put your life on hold, waiting for her to get better. I'll be happy when she's sober. I'll be at peace when she leaves that guy. No, that is a trap. You must be happy now. You must be at peace now. Your joy cannot be held hostage by someone else's choices. Reclaim your hobbies. Go for a walk. Read a book. Cook a meal you love. Laugh with your friends. Fill your own cup. A full cup overflows, and that overflow is what will eventually heal your family. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Self-care is not selfish. It is essential stewardship of the vessel God gave you. Let's go back to the secret that was shown. The vision included a specific detail about a generational pattern. Look at your mother or your grandmother. Do you see the same dynamic? Was there a woman in your family line who always carried the burden for everyone else? Who suffered in silence, who sacrificed her health for the sake of keeping the peace? You are repeating that pattern, but you are also the one chosen to break it. You are the cycle breaker. It stops with you. You are establishing a new legacy of healthy boundaries and spiritual authority. This is why the battle feels so intense. You are fighting not just for yourself, but for the rewriting of your family's history. That is a big assignment. But you have a big God. The misplaced file example I gave earlier, let's look at that metaphorically. A file represents information, order, and record. The enemy wants to mess with your record. He wants to bring up past mistakes. He wants to whisper, who are you to help her? You have your own issues. That is the accuser of the brethren. Do not listen. You do not need to be perfect to be a light bearer. You just need to be willing. Your wounds make you credible. Your scars show that you have survived. Use your story. Don't hide your past. Let it be the testimony of God's grace. I feel a strong impression to speak to those of you who are feeling physical symptoms. The neck pain, the shoulder tension, that is literally the weight of the world you are carrying. The digestive issues, that is the inability to digest the stress you are under. Your body is keeping the score. Listen to your body. It is begging you to release this burden. Tonight, before you sleep, I want you to do a physical release. Lay down, close your eyes, and visualize taking the heavy pack off your back and laying it at the feet of Jesus. Physically, exhale. Shake your hands out. Tell your body, it is safe to let go. We are off duty. You need to sleep. He gives his beloved sleep. The war goes on, but you are granted rest in the trenches. There is a timeline shift available to you. If you pass this test, the test of the trigger event, you will accelerate the healing process. If you fail the test, if you react in anger, you will circle the mountain again. You might have to go through another cycle of drama before the breakthrough comes. That is why this warning is so critical. It is an opportunity to shorten the season of suffering. Choose the high road. It is harder to climb, but the view is better and the air is clearer. Also pay attention. You need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuzazara readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.